Hi you guys. So I hope your day is going good. I got inspired to make this video because I watched HeyParis' video yesterday, and it's titled Storytime. I collapsed while at work, and she asked a question, and it was, what is one disrespectful thing your manager has ever done to you? And I'm like, you know what? I have a couple stories I'd like to tell. Alright you guys, so we are just gonna get started. Yes, I got kicked out of the store by my manager. So she's not the head boss, but nonetheless she is a manager. And let's see, I'm gonna tell you guys how the incident happened. So we were very slow that day, and there was two cashiers, me and another coworker, and there was two managers, her and another one. So since we were slow, she asked me to go dust aisles 1 through 6, and I was like, sure, I'll do that. And aisles 1 through 6 is like your makeup, your shampoos, conditioners, body washes, hair products, shavers, everything in that nature. So I did all that, and then I see there's a line forming in front of the registers. Like, you know how when there's nobody, but as soon as one person comes up, then you have like this whole line form out of nowhere. That's what happened. And so I was done dusting up, so I was like, okay, let me go help him out. And that's what I did. And then after I got done, my manager was behind the registers, and I did not like hear her go back there or anything, but she was already staring at me when I turned to my side. And she goes, Josephine, what are you doing? I'm like, I just got done ringing out the customers. She goes, well, did you dust aisles 1 through 6? I'm like, yes. She goes,
did you dust the whole store?
Wait. That's not in my job description. But I was like, no, you didn't tell me to. You told me to do aisles 1 through 6, and that's what I did. And she tried to look at me like I was stupid. She goes, well, I need you to go dust the whole store. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful. I still agreed to it. But so after I did that, she just left again. And then I looked at my coworker, and we were just looking at each other like, dang, why did she come at me with disrespect? Like, why was she so aggressive, you know? But I went to grab the duster, and so there's like when you enter the store, on the side there's we have a little bread shelf where we keep our breads, like our Hostess products, because we didn't have a big selection of those. So I was being a little petty, but like, she wasn't around at the time, so I looked at the shelves, and I was dusting. I was like, oh shoot, this is really dusty. I guess I will dust this up. And when I was done, I stood up, and I don't know why, but I turned around, and there she was again behind the registers. And she looked furious, you guys. Pissed. She goes,
get out. It's time for you to go. Bye.
I'm like, oh, really? Really? Okay. I didn't question it. I just, dude, I had like 2 hours left on my shift, but she kicked me out. So I clocked out after I got my sweater and everything that I brung, and I was like, bye. But after that, when I went home, I did file a complaint. I messaged my HR because I didn't think that was fair for her to do. She had no rights to do that, you know. So yeah, I got compensated for the 2 hours that I was supposed to work, and she got in trouble for it. So now, I was a newbie at the time, and I seen one of my other managers on his break sitting down underneath the register, so no customers had seen him. Well, he wasn't right under the registers, he was like on the side, but you know, behind the counter. And I seen him eating his chips or whatever, so I thought, okay, you can do that as long as you're on your break or lunch or whatever. So a couple days later, I was on my lunch and I was done eating my lunch, so I leave the break room. I go behind the counters because I had like 5 minutes left, so I was like, let me just sit out here until it's my time to clock in. So I sat down where he was, and I was eating my orange, and she came. She always comes, like, I feel like she's always looking for me. But after I got done peeling my orange and I was eating it, she comes behind the registers and she goes, you can't do that. You can't eat behind the registers. Why are you sitting here? Da da da. Are you on the clock? If you're not on the clock, you can't be back here. I'm like, but I just seen our other manager do it a couple of days ago, and why can't I not do it? She was like, well, you can't. So I was pissed off, but I just got up and I just left. I was like, okay, she has a vendetta out for me or something, but whatever. Yep, she did. So I had to put sale stickers up if there was a product on sale or whatever. So that's what we had to do. So she told my coworker that I was moving slow. So keep in mind that there's sections that we have to do, and there's a whole stack of stickers to put up. Now I do aisles 1 through 6. That's, like I said, shampoos, makeup, body washes, everything. And if you ever went into Rite Aid or any store for that matter, you know there's a lot of products. So I had to do all of those, and I had to do the whole food section by myself. And while she only had to do I had to do pills too. If you ever went to a pharmacy, you know that there are a lot of pills, from vitamins, Advils, like everything like that. I had to do that. All she did was the toothbrushes, the feminine products, and diapers, like the Depends, the adult diapers, and that was it. I'm like, but you're gonna call me slow. So she tried to call me slow to my coworker, and then that was when I was on lunch. So when I got out of lunch, I clocked in. My coworker pulled me aside and was like, you know, Kelly's calling you slow, and da 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 da. And I was pissed. I was like, you know what? No, she can't. She's not gonna talk about me and get away with it. So I go look for her, and I find her, and I'm like, are you talking about me to blah, blah? I'm not gonna say his name. And she goes, huh? I'm not. I never did. I'm like, so you didn't tell blah, blah, that I'm slow at putting up the signs? And she goes, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this environment right now. Come on, we're gonna go to him and we're gonna talk to him. I'm like, let's go. And so she goes, we go to him. She's like, did you tell Josephine that I was talking about her? He's like, yes, because you were. And she was like, well, no, all I said was Josephine is going slower than she usually does. And I'm like, well, that's still talking about me. And she got caught up. She was like, look, I don't talk about nobody behind their backs. If I have a problem, I'll tell them to their face. That's literally what she said. But she was like, can we get over this and can we just get back to work? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Dude, and I had to work with her for a year. Like, we would have our moments where it would be cool, but the majority of the time, she was a pain in the butt to work with. So get this. After that incident, and after I had confronted her, she ignored me for 2 weeks. Like, unless we really had to talk to each other, she would not talk to me. She would act like she didn't see me. When I clocked in, she wouldn't like say hi or nothing. Like, I don't want her to say hi, I don't care. But in the past, that's what she did. But after that incident, she stopped, you know. So you remember how I told you that after the incident where she told me to go home and I filed a complaint on her to my HR? Well, following that incident, she put her, before I had filed a complaint, I guess that same day, she wrote a letter to our store manager, and she basically wrote that I was being disrespectful to her, that I was being disrespectful to the coworker and my other manager. And she said that I wasn't listening or whatever, so she sent me home. So that's how she lied on my name, by saying I was being disrespectful. So when I found that out, the store manager had told me actually. When I found that out, I went to the coworker I was working with that day. I was like, hey, did you tell that I made you feel disrespected, or I was disrespecting you, or the other manager for that matter? He goes, no. Why would you say that? If anything, she was the one who was being disrespectful to you and everybody else for the way she acted. I'm like, thank you. So I let the store manager know, and then I let my HR know that as well, and we went through a whole process where the HR talked to every coworker in the store. Now keep in mind, nobody in the store likes her. Everybody always talks about her behind her back, and that's not cool. But at the same time, she brings it on herself. But that's all I have to say for that. Yeah. So those were the 5 things that my manager did to me that were very disrespectful and uncalled for, and I am letting it be known. I have to let it go. So I have a lot more to speak on about her, but also I might do a Airbnb video next of how my first time was and my only time was so far. I don't know if I'll do an Airbnb again, but I can't rule it out for sure. But yeah, stay tuned for my next video. I will see you then. I hope you enjoyed this video, and give me a thumbs up